We're back talking with Dr. Wells, and today we're going to talk about school safety in the Marshfield School District.
Yes. Last spring, the district looked at moving forward with reviewing and renewing its practices around school safety and security. Obviously, school safety and security is very important to everyone in our community, and we take very seriously the safety of our students and our staff and how that impacts the broader community within this Marshfield School District. Last spring, we decided to break our processes up into discrete areas that we could look at. And the school district is a member of a larger community of safety, which includes the city, and then also for one of our school districts, the county management systems. So we do act within those portions. We are looking at our buildings in particular. They are facilities, they are structures, and there are unique needs and unique things that we can do within each building based on the student population to enhance the physical security of the buildings. So we've been looking at that. Also, then we look at staff training. What staff training have we done recently? What staff training should we be doing? And how do we make sure that staff training is ongoing, that it's sustained? In this particular type of a job market, people come and go more frequently than they used to. So how are we sustaining that staff training? And then the other portion of that is really about our own students. If we start to look at our students who we care about deeply, and we start to look at their individual needs or the needs of a particular group or entity, we can look at the data of our students and we can say that we would be better off, we would be better able to provide a safer environment for all students if we enhanced the knowledge of this or perhaps the practice of that. And that knowledge may mean enhancing knowledge for staff, but certainly enhancing knowledge for students, which can be seen in our action plans based on our youth risk behavior survey, but also in other data that the district has been looking at regarding all of our students, pre-K through 12. So let's just start and talk a little bit today about building security. Back in the day, when we first started really paring down access to buildings, it wasn't unusual for persons in administration, myself and other administrators, to hear concerns from the public about how it's more difficult to access buildings. Doors used to be open, there used to be a greater ability to access buildings. Those days have long since gone. We looked at each building, worked with the principals to really understand their needs and understand the needs within the buildings. And we took a look at each of the buildings, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to continually upgrade the safety and security of those buildings. This isn't new for this district. This district created an action plan a few years ago, and now that action plan, the requirements, the things that we put down in paper that we wanted to do have been completed, it's time to review that action plan. Obviously things change, and do that again. So we've been working with each of the buildings, and in the next month or so we'll be sitting with each of the principals just to review what they said can be enhanced in their buildings, and what we know through research and other experiences can also help buildings to be safer and more secure. So that includes things, if you've noticed over the last few years, obviously schools have more video cameras, they have tighter restrictions, they have tighter access. But there's also other things that we can do within a building that maybe the public doesn't even touch upon that we should or could be doing to provide a safer, more secure environment for our students, the staff, and obviously that enhances the entire community. So we'll be working through those processes of building security in the next month, and then working with the operations and maintenance individuals if necessary to create a plan. Perhaps there's something new we have to add, and access needs to be limited. Maybe there's a new way of granting access that we should take a look at. Or maybe it's a matter of making sure that all of the processes, such as parent and volunteer check-in and those types of things, are really being managed consistently throughout the district. Those are just two examples of things that we look at when we're talking about building security.
Thank you, Dr. Wells. And next week will be phase 2.
Next week we'll talk a little bit about, or more in depth about, what we've done for staff training and how we intend to carry that process forward regarding staff training. And then how does that look inside, as I mentioned earlier, the broader capacity for our district in terms of any other emergency responses.